welcome back to Sports Addict, where sports, it's all that matters. Bang, bang, Niner gang. We pulled that close win against the Seahawks. So for this video, you guessed it right. This is going to be a reaction video to the Niners victory 17-13 against the home team, the Seattle Seahawks. I'll start with the stats. We were pretty dominant. We had more yards than them, more passing yards, more rushing yards, yards per play, uh, somewhat close. We had more first downs. We had third downs. We had more third down conversions, more fourth down conversions, more plays. We both have one sack each. Punts, they punted more than we did. Penalties, I think we need to clean that stuff up. We had 9 and they had 4. Defense played great. Two fumbles, and I mean the Seahawks defense played good defense. Or 2 interceptions. We had 2 fumbles. Both teams turned the ball over. We had the ball more time of possession. We had a 37 with 58 seconds, while they had a 22 with 2 seconds. So we were the better team, but Purdy was. There were some plays that Purdy wasn't protected or was throwing, bad passes. He went 26 for 35, 277 yards, 2 TDs, 2 interceptions. But when it counted most, he found a way. I mean, the defense played great. Man, I miss having Saul as our defensive coordinator. We did great. We did great. Bosa did good. The whole defense did good. I know we lost Kittle, with a hamstring. He didn't come back. But our leading receiver was Ricky Pearsall, 4 reception, 108. So we did pretty. There's a lot the team can get better at. There were some plays that I felt like Purdy was not getting protected enough. He was getting pressure. He had to get out of the pocket or find something. Then he needs to clean that up, like not forcing that ball. It's not like last year that the defense wasn't playing good, the offense wasn't playing that great. He felt like he needed to do everything, help this team win. But now we have good defense. But I like what I saw from Purdy towards the end of the game. That long pass to Ricky, when it mattered most. Then forgot who was the one who catched it. Jake catched that. Jake Tonges catch that pass. That was a great pass. Then the issue for me for this game was Jake Moody. Every time he kicks, I mean, I'm worried. Like every time he's gonna kick the ball, he's gonna miss or he's gonna make it. I feel like Jake needs to go. Literally, I feel like they should have went for a better kicker. Not stay with Moody. I mean, he has the leg power and stuff, but he doesn't make them. I thought this game felt like we were gonna lose it most of the game. Especially when Moody missed that field goal, and then he got one blocked, which that one I feel like I won't blame it that much on him. I'll blame the right side a little bit for not blocking well. But the other one, that close, he missed that field goal. Like, you know, we got lucky here because our defense, like they say, defense wins championship, but that won't be the case all the time. But it was nice to see that defense playing at an elite level, you know. Close game, close game. I feel like the Niners they can fix a lot of things. Sam Darnold did great. I mean, against us. I mean, I know that next time we faced him, I know he didn't throw touchdown or interception. He didn't throw interception. He went 16 for 23, 150 yards. Uh, Purdy needs to get a little bit better, like not force the ball. There's not a lot I can say about this game. We played great. We need to fix the penalties. We had more penalties, like I mentioned, than they did. Then we have the ball more, you know. Well, they need to protect Purdy. I like how at the end that pass to Ricky Pearsall, the old line did great, but we need to do it the whole game. There's a lot of things we can get better at. Defensively, oh, that defense looks good. Offense did okay, but we couldn't run the ball against the Seahawks. Seemed every negative play came from the run, and stuff like that. But I feel like overall, good win, good game. At moments I felt like we got to do something on offense, but Purdy came through when it mattered the most. You know, it didn't matter how we started, all that mattered was how we finished, especially that last drive of the Seahawks. I was worried. I'm like, after that, deep pass, I was worried when they were getting close. I was like, we need an interception we need an interception or a fumble, basically a turnover, because if they score, it's over, But luckily, that fumble saved us. And next week, it should be a little bit more easier, supposedly, but it's the NFL, anything can happen. Niners are going to be at the Saints. Saints didn't do that well today. So we'll see what happens. I feel like we have a easier game next week, as long as we can clean up the penalties. Purdy doesn't need to force the ball. Use McCaffrey, use Robinson. Hopefully Kittle is back. Hopefully Juwan is a little bit healthier than he was today. But Ricky Pearsall, I hope he continues, growing as a player, you know. Because I know last year we didn't have him the whole season because obviously the incident when he was shot down, you know. But anyway, I feel like that's all I have to say about the Niners. Good win, bang bang Niner gang, But I feel like there's a lot of things we can get better. I mean, the only thing I'm kind of worried all season long, and I feel like all my Niner faithful, like myself, will agree with this. Jake Moody has to go, but I think it's too late for that. I don't think they'll find a good kicker right now. That they can sign at least a 1 year deal. But I think we have to ride with Moody. Even though I don't agree with having Moody in the roster because every time he kicks, like I said, my fellow Niner fan, my fellow faithful, like myself, every time he kicks, we have to hope that he makes it. Like, you know, imagine clutch time. We need a kick to win the game. I mean, I don't trust Moody in the playoffs. Regular season's like okay, like whatever. We have another game, but in the playoff where it's go home, win or go home. I don't trust Moody. I know he kicked that. I forgot how many yards against the Raiders. I think 58 yarder to win the game was against the Raiders. So when he kicked, I was like, okay, seems like practice. You're in the situation. You kick the field goal, you win. Use it as practice. As a scenario. Like right now, if we didn't score the touchdown, we had to kick the ball. And stuff like that. And so I thought maybe that will, make him get a little motivated, to start his confidence back, because I feel like it's all in his head, he feels more pressure. He's missing the extra point field goals, I mean, he didn't miss extra points today, but he has, last season a couple of times. But it was a good win by the Niners, I hope we fix that penalties issues in the O line, especially the right side. If they can give Purdy a little bit more time to throw the ball, I feel like he'll have a good season. But he did okay. He did decent, I'll say. He threw two touchdowns, two interceptions. I mean, he threw that touchdown when it mattered the most. So, I mean, like, we can take that as a positive, moving forward. But Jake Moody is going to be an issue all season long and staying healthy as well. But I'm more worried. I don't know which one is more. which one is worse? Worrying about staying healthy or Jake Moody? My fellow Niner fan watching this, what's what's more worse? You know, Jake Moody kicking or staying healthy because Kittle got injured. I don't know. He's gonna be. Hopefully, he's back next week. You know, hopefully the hamstring is not that serious. And we're still gonna be without Brandon Ayuk. For quite some time until week 5. I think he'll be back. They say 4 games he's gonna be out, so he'll probably be back week 5. We play week 5 against. Hold on. Let me see. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're playing against the Rams. October the 2nd. So hopefully we have Kittle, all the receivers healthy. Juwan a little bit healthier, and Brandon Ayuk. But hopefully we still can have McCaffrey. When Fred Warner went down, I was worried. I was like, not again. We're gonna start with the injury so early on. I mean, luckily we didn't lose Warner and Kittle. You know, but Kittle, I feel like that's why we were struggling a little bit because we didn't have George Kittle. Kittle, plays the blocking game, the passing game. You know, I mean, the you know, Hughes Jack Hughes Jack, plays a little bit of the passing and so the blocking, but Kittle does the dirty work. I feel like he catches the ball, he blocks, he does everything you need him to do. So I feel like that's what a little bit of a struggle after we lost Kittle, because in the first drive, he scored a touchdown. Kittle was a huge part of uh, the drive, the tight end position. Even the second tight end, behind Kittle, was an important part of that drive. McCaffrey as well. But I feel like the Niners will good. We'll get better as the week goes on. Hopefully we can stay healthy, like I said. Hopefully Moody can get better through the season. Hopefully, because we need, it's the NFL. There's going to be a lot of close games, and if we don't have a good kicker, I mean, like, even let's just say Jake Moody doesn't get better. Let's just go on. Let's just go for it on fourth down. If that's what we need to do. Forget the field goals, but it's a risk reward type of thing. We what happened if we go on fourth down? We give them good field position. We're still gonna give it to them, even if if Jake Moody misses the field goal, they'll get the ball wherever we missed it. But fourth down, imagine they get an interception or a turnover, and run for a few yards, get decent field position, and stuff like that. But anyway, great win for the Niners. Opening week, leave your guys' comment down below, my Niner faithful. What do you guys think of this game? What do you think we need to get better at? Will Jake Moody get better? Will Jake Moody have to? I mean, he has to go, but will he end up leaving next season? We need to find a kicker because Jake Moody can't keep missing these field goals. Leave your guys' comments down below. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And don't forget, this is Sports Addict, where sports, it's all that matters. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Until next time.